Welcome back, Crazy Cats, to another Go Cat Reacts. I'm Go Cat Dave, and I'm going to be checking out the Ren video, which is called 1 Million Subscribers. I had some great responses and comments on the last video I did for Hi Ren, and you guys gave me a lot of background and told me what a genius he is, and just he's almost in a genre all by himself, which is really cool, and I can totally see how you guys say that. So a lot of people wanted me to do another Ren video, so that's what I'm doing. And I had a couple people mention that I should check out this 1 million subscribers video, and that would give me more background on Ren. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Let me take the ukulele off. Put the headphones on. I think I'm in good shape here. All right, let's get started.
I want to keep this short and sweet because I wrote something that I want to share with you. But first of all, I just want to say how grateful I am. I've reached 1 million subscribers on YouTube, which is a flipping huge milestone. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who supported my music over the years, whether you're newly on board or have been here for a while. I wanted to say thank you to the YouTube reaction community who have gotten behind my stuff in a big way and really helped me reach this goal. So thank you guys. Yeah, I wanted to read this passage that I wrote about success. It's too much for me to remember right now, so bear with me. But yeah, success to me means that I have a responsibility that transcends me. If I have a platform where people are paying attention, then I feel like it's my duty to make that count. It's far more important than my aspirations with music and what I could personally gain. There's a saying that stuck with me recently, which was a rising tide lifts all ships. Somehow, by finding success for myself has meant that I can find success for the people around me, and that makes me feel very rich. I'm in a very strange position right now where I owe much of my success to the most destructive force in my life, which has been the turbulence of my physical and mental illness. The thing that has by far brought me the most pain has been a source of constant inspiration, which ironically led to creations which brought me the most joy. Creating art which means something to somebody else and can potentially be a companion to somebody else in the dark justifies my own pain, and I desperately needed that to be justified. There are a lot of people alive today who live in the dark. It's a place that I'm very familiar with. In the peak of my health problems, I was severely underweight. All my meals had to be restricted and blended, and I was so tired that I couldn't participate in life. I couldn't socialize, I couldn't watch films, I couldn't read. My bones constantly hurt. Even standing in the shower was excruciating and exhausting. And this went on for years, with no answers. Nobody could have ever convinced me during that time that my pain and suffering would be a source for something good, because it felt insidious. Nobody could have ever convinced me that something constructive can come from hurting every day. But I'm here to tell you that if you are hurting every day, don't be afraid. One thing I know to be a constant law of the universe, is that life is inconsistent. Life is beautiful and life is hideous. Life is kind and life is cruel. Dancing inside this dichotomy and inconsistency makes me know that you won't hurt forever, whether that comes from resolution of what you're going through or acceptance of where you are. You won't hurt forever. You don't know yet whether or not your pain conceals gold. It definitely conceals wisdom, and it's definitely a catalyst for filling you with empathy. So stand strong, my friends, and don't let the darkness consume you, because once you know the dark and become intimate with it, you become very capable of wielding the light. You could be instrumental for changing this world for the better. There's nothing humble about shrinking or doubting yourself because you are large. You can be ferocious and you could be magnificent. For the medical industry, who too often let people fall through the cracks, it's your duty to do better. For the people living in the light, who have either stepped out of their shadow or have never had to walk beside it, it's your responsibility to put out untainted love. Our own greed, desire to ferociously expand, and decisions rooted in self-interest can benefit ourselves in a material sense, but can be very destructive to the hive and the world around us, ultimately hurting ourselves. So we really must consider that if we're going to step into a bright future. As humans, we have an incredible potential, and it would be a shame to throw it away. So community, humanity, and changing our relationship with the natural world so it leans more towards homeostasis must be a priority number one. If you're watching this and there's a knot tied up in your stomach with bitterness, anger, or hatred for your fellow human being, be with it, feel it, understand it, express it, and then let it go. You're hurting. Give yourself love, forgive yourself, and then project that love outwards and the anger will pass. We have a decision in every interaction to tilt the world towards heaven or hell, towards Jannah or Jahannam, utopia or dystopia, and some people's ideas of heaven will be another's image of hell. So tread carefully, but treat those differences with respect. Tapestries are made beautiful because of the variety in the sum of their parts. Thank you to 1 million people inside this rich tapestry for the opportunity for me to try and spread my own vision of what I believe to be good. And thank you for justifying my pain. Thank you. I love you.
All right. That was really good. He's a really unique, interesting cat. Really, clearly very intelligent. And his journey, his walk through his challenges and pain and all of the darkness and frustration that he felt as a result of that, somehow he was able to choose to use that to help him as opposed to be nothing but a dark negative aspect of his life. These are the tools that he was given, and in some cases, and that was bad health, bad physical health, bad mental health. From what I understand, it was because of he got Lyme disease, which I understand because my sister has Lyme disease, and she also went undiagnosed for about the same amount of time, somewhere between 7 and 10 years, and it can completely disable you. Once you get to a certain point, if you waited long enough, all you'll be able to do is manage it. You can't actually cure yourself of it. So Ren, my sister, it's a lifetime of figuring out how to manage it, and it changes over time too. Certain meds that you're on will work for a while and then they'll stop. So anyway, I'll get off of that. Now, what he says in this video, I feel is very inspiring, that he's basically saying, take your suffering, take your pain, take the darkness and your fear and your anger and whatever it is, and use that as the fuel for your creativity, for your walk through life. You don't have to be buried under it and just be like, oh, I wanted to be an artist, I wanted to be a singer, but I can't because life did me wrong, it screwed me over. I can relate to that too, for reasons that, sometimes you feel like you're sabotaged, like life is literally trying to sabotage you. And I felt that way. It's like, the universe is trying to sabotage me. It's just a perspective that keeps you down and keeps you paralyzed, and you're not living your life, and you're certainly not living your potential. So he's talking about, it's like, all of that stuff makes you who you are. Use it and become the potential that you were always meant to be. They call it like self-actualization in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's like the highest level self-actualization is becoming what you were really always meant to be in your heart, in your soul, whether it's your artist self or your music self or your healing self, whatever it is, that is who you were meant to be. If you can sense what you were meant to be, just go for it. Don't let this other stuff beat you down. Now, okay, he says it better than I do. I don't need to ramble, but I think I'm so happy for him that he's been so successful and that he's managed to power through with all of the challenges he's had. And I'm really anxious to check out my next song video, but some of you said I should check this video out first to get an idea of where he's coming from. So that's what I did. I'm glad you recommended it, and I've had a few recommendations of other songs that I should check out. So please Make comments below about what you think about what he says here and my response to it, how I see it and how I interpret it, and how you interpret it, and then list some more songs. I'd like to see if there's a consensus about the next video, the next Ren song that I should check out, because there's a lot of stuff out there and I'm not quite sure where to start. So thanks so much for watching, and please smack all the buttons there, especially the subscribe one, because it would be a big help to me. I need to get up to 1,000 so that I can actually maybe make this worth my while as far as financially, because right now it's just fun, which is great, which is fun. But yeah, if I could get it to 1,000, that would be awesome. So please follow me, share, and like it. And I hope you do like it, and I'm going to make more. So have a great day.